What is up, everybody? I'm Jared, and I'll be going over my core 4 of MLB picks for PrizePicks today. If you're new here, make sure to hit like and subscribe. That way we know that you're following along with the picks. It also helps you to get notified when these shows are posted. We do them just about every single day. And if you're not currently playing on PrizePicks and you want to give the site a try, if you sign up there using promo code WINDAILY, get you a 100% deposit match up to $100. We'll also go ahead and throw in a free 60-day trial period of WinDaily Gold, get you access to all of our daily articles, get you access to our Discord, where we're constantly talking about different picks for both DFS and PrizePicks. So go ahead and sign up there today using promo code WINDAILY. So if we do a recap of yesterday, we did go 2-2 with our core 4. Syndergaard hit the under. Trend continues. Wouldn't be surprised if he goes well over 90 in his next start. He was very efficient in his start yesterday, though. And then Anthony Santander also hit his number pretty easily. He had a pretty solid game, as did the Orioles. The ones that we missed were Cookie Carrasco. Carrasco ended up leaving the game after the rain delay with a little bit of an injury. And then Corey Seager he didn't do well yesterday. Let's just leave it at that. Today's a new day. We'll look to go 4-0. So let's go ahead and jump in. For those that follow me in my DFS writing and also with my PrizePicks, you know that I have a sore spot in my heart for Patrick Corbin. And I plan on loading up on bats today against him in both DFS and PrizePicks. So the first one that we're going to go with our core 4 today is going to be Patrick Wisdom of the Chicago Cubs. They get a nice matchup against Patrick Corbin. Corbin, probably the only reason that he still has a job is that he has $60 million left on his contract over the next 2 years. He has been as bad as bat could be. In his last 3 starts, he couldn't make it out of the first inning in 2 of them. Now, granted, they were against the Dodgers and the Phillies. But even if we go with a larger sample size, he has a 6-game streak of giving up at least 4 earned runs. He's just not good. Gives up a ton of contact. Gives up a ton of hard contact, and he also gives up a ton of homers. And I'm going to be chasing homers today in DFS and PrizePicks against him. The one that I'm really zoned in on today is going to be Patrick Wisdom and his 1.5 total bases, and we're going to go with the over on that one. It's a solid spot for him. Over the last month, he's been absolutely crushing southpaws with his 368 ISO and a 393 WOBA. He also lines up really well with Corbin. Corbin throws a sinker a ton to righties. Against lefty sinkers, Wisdom has a 450 ISO and a 531 WOBA. It's a pitch that he absolutely smashes. He's going to smash it today, and we're going to go with the over. Just love this spot for Wisdom. Also love the spot for Contreras, Ian Happ, you name it. Cubs, all in, go for it, DFS and PrizePicks. But the one for our core 4 today is going to be Patrick Wisdom and his 1.5 total bases. The next one that we're going to go with is going to be one of my newest favorite players. Being that I'm a Mets fan, hopefully PrizePicks updates his player hat. But we're going to go with Daniel Vogelback and his half total base. It's a great spot for him. Mets were embarrassed last night by the Braves 13-1. It was tough sledding after Carrasco got hurt. But they get a nice matchup tonight against Charlie Morton. Morton has started to put together some bad outings. In 3 of his last 5 starts, he's given up at least 4 earned runs, with one of those games being against the same Mets lineup. Morton's far worse against lefties. All of his numbers are significantly worse against them. Lefties have a 454 slugging percentage against him. So this is a great spot for Vogelback. Vogelback has been a crusher of righties throughout his career. This season, he's got 15 homers, and all of them have been against righties. And he's also batting .272 against them. So he doesn't just hit home runs. He does get some hits against them as well. All we need is a single from him today. Very doable. Love the over. Love the spot for Vogelback and the Mets lefties tonight. The next one that we are going to go with is going to be another player in this game, but it's going to be on the other side of the game. And we're going to go with Matt Olson and his 1.5 total bases. Taiwan Walker, similar to last year, he's starting to tire. He struggled in the second half of 2021. He's starting to struggle in the second half of 2022. He, up until the All-Star break, was extremely solid, but he is starting to tire. 3 of his last 4 starts, he's given up at least 3 earned runs. Against the same Braves lineup a week ago, he gave up 8 earned runs in just an inning of work. This is the type of lineup that he struggles against. He's really good against bad lineups, and he struggles against really, really good lineups. And this is a good lineup that the Braves put out. I don't expect him to give up 8 earned runs in 1 inning again, but I do expect him to struggle tonight. I expect this to be a bloodbath tonight between the Mets and the Braves. They're starting to really dislike each other. With Walker, lefties are his weakness, and a little bit more than half the amount of at-bats that lefties have against him. They've actually homered against him more than righties. Olson's coming into this one pretty hot. He's got a 7-game hitting streak. He also has hits in 10 of his last 11 games. Against righties over the last month, he's got a pretty nice ISO of 277 and a 361 WOBA. Love him tonight, and I love the over on this number. So we're going to go with the over on the 1.5 total bases for Matt Olson. The final core 4 pick is going to be Nolan Aronado and his 7.5 hitter fantasy score. In DFS over the last couple of years, the White Sox have been the free square against lefties. This year has really been the Cardinals. No team has been better against lefties than the Cardinals this year, and a lot of that has just been due to the play of Nolan Arenado. They get a great matchup tonight against Kyle Freeland. They put up 6 earned runs against him last week. The hitting environment, not as good as it was last week. They're playing in St. Louis tonight versus last week was in Coors. But again, it's the same matchup, same bats, and Freeland, I just don't think he's a very good pitcher. Arenado this season has been a beast versus Southpaws. He has a 1.026 OPS, and he also has homered 9 times against lefties. Our model has him at 10 tonight. Love the over here with that 7.5 hitter fantasy score. So to recap, our core 4 tonight is going to be, we're going to go with the 1.5 total base over for Patrick Wisdom. We're going to go with the over on the half total base for Daniel Vogelback. We're going to go with the over on the 1.5 total bases for Matt Olson, and the over on the 7.5 hitter fantasy score for Nolan Arenado. So that's our core 4 today. If you end up using them, make sure to hit like and subscribe. That way we know that you're following along with the picks. And again, if you have any questions about your own picks, just make sure to drop some notes in the comments. Always happy to answer any questions that you may have. That said, good luck everybody today, and let's go 4-0.